I am so thrilled today to be joined, well, right down south in much warmer weather than we have here with new author Elizabeth Ford. Liz, thank you for joining me today and talking about Terra's penguins.
Thank you.
Oh, thrilled to have you. And I might need to borrow that blouse after this is
You
over.
got it. I want it back.
You're definitely wearing my favorite color. And now, my goodness, you have my favorite book on our website because I mean penguins, you know how I feel about that.
Yeah, that was coincidental.
Oh my gosh. I think it wasn't coincidental. I think it was providential.
Yes, that's a good word, Stephanie.
It was absolutely
Yeah.
providential to have you and it was funny because when you first uh, contacted me, I was trying to figure out, is she talking about my penguin or her penguin or whose penguin is she talking about?
Probably thought I was nuts. I told you I was writing about penguins from outer space.
Well,
What?
first I had to get my mind onto your book because I was thinking, is my penguin out of space? Is
Oh,
she telling me that I should be out of space with the penguin?
it took us a little bit to get it together. And
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. And then finally I was like, no, she's talking about a totally different penguin. And not just one penguin,
six.
six penguins. And
Yeah.
they're not just out of space, outer space. We're not talking about astronaut penguins here. That was the other thing.
We're the most advanced planet in the universe.
Exactly, exactly. So before you tell us about Terra's penguins, because now everyone who's watching this is thinking penguins and outer space, and we got to hear all about this. But we're going to make them linger a little bit longer, um, just because I want to hear a little bit about you.
Oy. Oy vey.
No oy vey.
Okay. What would you like to know?
Well, I mean everything, but you can give us the Reader's Digest version. Um, where you live, what you do, and what you are passionate about. How's that?
Okay. Um, I'm from Philly, and I did hair color for Donald Trump's hair salon.
No
You know,
way.
yeah,
You didn't
yeah,
tell me that before.
hair color. It's one of my favorite things.
Wow. And from Philly, I love Philadelphia.
Yeah, so do I.
I do. I love the art museum there.
Yeah, there's so much culture.
There is so much culture. And
Yep.
there's so much culture. I'm in New York, and there, of course, we have so much culture, but Philly has it, and you could walk to it.
Right. Our first White House was in Philadelphia.
Look at that. It's true. Absolutely. And the Liberty Bell and the cheesesteak.
Yep, cheese steaks. Mm.
So you're not in Philadelphia any longer. You left. How could you
Now,
leave us?
too cold. How to get out of that cold.
I get it.
I remember digging with my hands in the snow, trying to get in the front door. I said, bag this. I'm going south.
So how far south did you go?
Sarasota area
Oh, Sarasota's so
on the west
beautiful.
coast.
Yes. Oh
Yeah,
gosh, the
I,
beautiful temperature year round.
it's heaven. Really, it really is.
So you're not missing Philly.
Drag me away.
And you have a passion for hair color, which makes me sit here thinking, I hope I look okay.
Your hair is very pretty.
Well, thank you. Thank you. As soon as you said it, I thought, I should have paid a little more attention to myself before.
You don't need any change in your hair.
Oh, well, thank you. And
It
that means I'm going to keep it this way forever. The expert has spoken.
goes beautifully with your complexion.
Well, thank you. And you have a lovely complexion because you're in Florida, so you always look good.
Yeah. Well, I got to stay out of that sun, though. You know.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Take
So,
a little.
so besides writing and besides hair color, do you have a passion for anything else?
Tennis and swimming.
Really?
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
tennis looks so exhausting, no?
Yeah, it is. It is exciting. But I don't do it too often. But when I get a chance, I do. You know. Good for the legs.
Oh, I'm sure it is, but not in the hot sun. You wait until later
Um,
in the day?
no. Mm-mm. I need a gas mask. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
The humidity here in the summer is brutal.
Really?
Yeah.
So you
So there's many activities, but we have a pool, so in the pool all the time, which is good.
very nice, very nice. So it's funny, when you're up north, you stay indoors all winter. And when you're down south, you stay indoors all summer.
Yeah, it's the opposite. But at least in the summer, it's only 3 months.
Oh,
And up there, it's like 6 months.
right, right. That's true. So swimming and tennis and living in a beautiful location and writing. Before we get to this book, was this the first time you ever wrote?
I'm not a writer.
a,
Yeah.
a serious debut.
It took 5 years to get this book done.
Wow. Wow. I love when it's a first time. Like, you know, first time in the batter's box. Now, how do you have ideas? You know, so many writers come to me, and when they hear about what the book is about, they're going to say, how did you think of that?
I didn't. It was given to me from.
That's the way. So
yeah.
you're the conduit.
Yes, I'm the conduit. I'm the messenger.
You're the messenger.
I am. I can't take the credit. It wasn't my idea.
Now, some people feel like the typing is not their own. Others wake up and they feel like they can see the story. You know, some it comes through their head.
Yeah.
Some it comes through their hands. Tell me a little bit about how you got to be the messenger and where it comes through you.
Okay. I'm going to read a little thing that I wrote.
Sure.
Okay. In the year 1985, I was looking out a window at a quarry near my workplace when all of a sudden, 3 large structures I was gazing at in that quarry seemed to turn into giant penguins. My mind was struck like lightning with the message to write a book about penguins from another solar system that would be sent to Earth to save our world from nuclear war that would end all life on Earth. I fought back and told this forceful intrusion on my mind that I was not a writer and that I could not do this. The response came back, it must be done for the sake of brotherhood of man. After many life's interruptions, I realized that the world had become much worse. And so I added 3 more penguins to those originally set to land in the United States, Russia, and Israel. So I added 3 additional penguins to land in China, Spain, and Palestine. I named each penguin after an archangel. My hope is that Steven Spielberg would aid the cause and put the story to film using the 6 languages of those countries, along with the 6 most popular actors from those countries, to play the parts of the alien penguins. I truly believe it was the Archangel Raziel that influenced the writing of this book, and that a film by the acclaimed Steven Spielberg would do much to bring about world peace. Miracles do happen. Peace.
Yes, they do.
That sums it up.
Oh my gosh. Not only sums up the book, but tells about the process too. Which I really like.
What do you mean the process?
Well, the story behind the story. You know, what happened in 1985 and what you saw and how it came to you.
Yeah, it's very difficult to explain. I was looking over this quarry and I've got this message in my brain to write this story about this. And I'm looking at these structures and they were penguin-like in form, and said, write this book about these penguins from another solar system that come here, metamorphose into humans, live in different countries, and bring brotherhood to man. And I'm saying to myself, wait a minute. Yeah, my friend, what were you smoking? I said, no, it happened. And I said, no, I'm not a writer. And yeah, you have to do it. So I went to the library and I started doing some research. And that's how it all started, Steph. you
That's
know,
amazing.
do it. I was compelled to do it.
Oh, you know, I love that because so many other people out there also are compelled to do something, but you did it. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes other
Well,
people,
do it. You know, I felt like I was cheating God if I didn't do it.
yeah,
It was supposed to do this in this lifetime. I was,
wow.
I don't know why, but
Oh,
it,
you're
that's all.
awesome.
It's all the truth.
Oh, that is so awesome and so inspirational to know that, that you were able to say yes. Too many people don't say yes.
Well, I think it's a matter of faith too. You have to have faith,
Yeah.
and that's the kind of the nucleus of getting things done, that God gives you a message and you just say, okay, God, I know you're there. I know you're there, and I will do it no matter how long it takes.
And it took many years, but you did it.
And my Chinese penguin was the last one that I wrote about. And I was really, really upset that I couldn't get that, the history behind China and all that. And I went to library, and I asked the librarian all her books on China. And she said, every time I went in there, she'd say, well, did you get them yet? The inspiration for the penguin. And so when I finally got it and I started writing, I went back into the library, and the librarian was standing there, and I said, oh, guess what? My Chinese penguin was born. I gave birth to my Chinese penguin. And there were people in the library, and look, one flew over the cuckoo's nest over here. But it was just such a good feeling because that was my last penguin.
And I'm sure the librarian was thrilled.
Oh, she was. She was jumping up and down.
That's fantastic. I love that. I love that you said yes to the messages you received and you went for it. And I really like hearing that others supported you in that. I'm always telling authors
Yeah.
to go to the library, to do research, that librarians are there to help and that they do want to support authors. So
Yeah,
this is great.
that's what they're there for, really, and they enjoy that.
Absolutely.
Really, it makes their job important.
It does. So she's part of this book,
Yeah.
you know? And for anyone else who's out there who has not yet read Terra's Penguins, it's available on Amazon, at bookstores, every place. Grab a copy or visit us at redpenguinbooks.com, and we have a link right there to grab a copy. Now that you've heard about it, you're definitely going to want to read it. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yes, and you take care.